bash the hash, the OK sign symbol, and a staunch Jewish man radicalizing people to become Nazis. Yeah, that's what is literally being focused on and discussed in our political discourse right now, which of course we're going to go over in this video exactly what people are talking about and just how utterly ridiculous this whole divide and conquer game has become, and this bigger media game to fool you to hate the other person. But before we get into that, plus a lot more, I want to thank all you amazing people who downloaded the Brave browser, which is an excellent alternative to for the Mozilla or Chrome browser. I've been using it for a very long time. It's based on principles of privacy, allowing you to browse websites faster, and even rewards you cryptocurrencies for using the platform. You could even select which advertisements you are interested in and be rewarded in cryptocurrencies for watching those advertisements. And if you download the browser from our link, you could set a small percentage of that to support independent media. It's like a Patreon, but without any money. It's a win-win for everyone, and I've been using it. It's been blocking a lot of ads, a lot of traffickers, and ultimately has been an amazing platform for me to use. So if you not want to be spied on, check out the Brave browser. But Jason, let's get into the main topic here, and that of course is bash the hash. There's a new 4chan troll going around there, and they've been very successful with trolling the media, baiting them, giving them everything they wanted for the perfect sensational clickbait titles to get people all frenzied up and emotional. And of course 4chan does this because they love getting people, they love having an effect. That's literally what 4chan is about, seeing what kind of actual impact they can make on the world just by trolling people. And they are pretty much expert trolls, even with their latest troll effort, trying to say that the hashtag symbol is a symbol of white supremacy. And there's a few individuals who actually are buying this. This Daily Dot article talks about how I still can't believe that this is the discussion here, Jason, because it's clearly a joke. And it's something that happens again. I remember 4chan was talking about milk being racist. Now it's the OK sign. There are instances where actual hate figures do use some of these symbols to troll people, but a lot of this comes from people just trying to get an effect from people, just trying to bother people. And it seems like it's working, and it won't ever stop working, Jason.
I mean, the way I look at it is this. I mean, how many people are even on 4chan? I feel like it's kind of like this subverted boogeyman that gets put out there by mainstream and like alt mainstream publications, just like the Silk Road was the big boogeyman. Oh, the dark web and the Silk Road. You can have somebody killed on the Silk Road. And now every time 4chan posts something ridiculous, it's like the Nazis on 4chan are coming to get us all. And when I see something like this, I'm just like, you know, hashtags just came into my life somewhat recently in the past decade. It's about as far as I'll go on the internet. I'm not an emoji man. I'm not giving you my story. I don't have an Instagram or Snapchat so you can peer into my life. Are you going to take away my hashtag? Am I a white supremacist because I apparently enjoy a good hashtagging because some idiot on the internet made it kind of look like a flag from Germany in the 30s and 40s? I mean, my God, dude. And we're covering this, for God's sake.
Well, we're covering this because this is what literally everyone's talking about. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. There's a lot of stuff that we can make individuals about, but I think it's important to clarify. Even before it was the hashtag sign, it was the pound sign. You know, pound me too. That's a whole other reference that people are getting and talking about. But simply, it's interesting seeing actual people take this seriously, because it's clearly a troll and prank meant to bait the mainstream media, and the mainstream media is going with it because they are so desperate to set us against each other that literally they're saying that the hashtag now is troublesome, and so is the OK sign gesture, which is absolutely insane. Even the BBC, which is a state-funded institution, which is funded by tax money, they released a recent article saying, when is the OK gesture not okay? And of course, everyone knows this. I know this from personally myself from the old high school game where you did the OK sign below your hip, and if someone looked, you got to punch him in the arm. I remember doing this as a kid. And a high school, literally a high school right now, is spending $53,000, $53,794 to reprint a student yearbook because they discovered students were playing the circle game inside of the yearbook. ESPN and other media companies blocked people from doing the OK sign symbol. Now, yes, other hateful bigots do use that sign symbol, but you got to understand here, a lot of this is just the mainstream media trying to be the authoritative figure here. They're being baited and working effectively, and ultimately just being ridiculous. And people are just doing it to show how ridiculous you are. That's the only reason people are doing it. And there are some few instances that do need to be pointed out. Yes, some bigots do use it, but mostly it's people used to point out your ridiculousness. The joke, the reason people are laughing is because of the mainstream media, and it's absolutely insane to see them, again, just trying to look for the far right crazy figures in absolute nonsense, in absolutely nothing. And that's exactly what's happening here. Even BuzzFeed came out with a very vicious hit piece against Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro, the man who wears a yarmulke, the staunch Israeli pro-Zionist Jewish man. And BuzzFeed came out and said that an Indiana man who vandalized a synagogue with, of course, hate symbols, that he supposedly admitted that it was Ben Shapiro who radicalized him. I mean, the reason people were taking a lot of this seriously, because these people take it seriously. And again, the information was based off bull crap. It was the girlfriend who watched him. Again, if you're believer in far right German old belief systems of National Socialism, you're not going to be a fan of Ben Shapiro. And for them to correlate the two, I mean, come on, Jason. I mean, this is a level of discourse that has gone full on beyond mentally handicapped, in my opinion.
Well, when you also look at even the subheadline, they talk about, he was using Discord. He read Breitbart. Again, Breitbart about as pro-Israel as it gets, about as pro-war as it gets in many, many regards. The Nazi propaganda site Stormfront. So somehow they're associating Stormfront with Ben Shapiro. That's insane. Listen, Ben Shapiro is a pretty establishment, hardline, neocon-esque guy that is unapologetic about his stances. And because, we've been fooled into believing in this left-right divide again, he focuses on abortion issues and issues that I think that should be in the background. And somehow I don't even know how anyone could associate Ben Shapiro and what he says in his programs with influencing someone to put Nazi regalia and graffiti on a building. Again, they don't go together, but I guess if BuzzFeed News reports it with a big headline, it must be true.
Well, this is also the catch-22 here, because they get a lot of people's attention and clicks and be like, wait, what is the ridiculousness that they're talking about? They have us talking about it because other than important topics that do matter, like Amazon becoming too powerful, or Bilderberg happening, or what's happening in the banking corporate world, or what's happening with Bayer, Monsanto, or the opioid crisis, and actual things that actually reach out and affect you. They want you to be obsessing and be in a constant state of emotional fear of thinking that there's some far right boogeyman out there. And of course, they're going to sell this lie to you with as much disingenuous bull crap as they can, where literally state-funded institutions are saying this is when it's okay and not okay to use an okay hand symbol. Again, the dialogue has been so destroyed that people are, again, jumping up and down about these ridiculous issues that absolutely have no effect on your life. Yes, there's some idiots out there, but you only empower them by being absolute idiots and not dealing with them, but trying to make them as wide-ranging as you can, trying to actually bring in pro-Zionist Jewish people to make them look like them. You're only hurting yourself in the long run. And we recently had a protest in Ohio where, 7 to 9 inbred KKK members came out. The city spent tens of thousands of tax dollars on this. Tens of thousands of people came out to protest this. Again, it's 9 inbred, probably mentally handicapped people out there. And it's like, why? Because of the media pushing this fear-mongering, emotional manipulation out you. So you see this as a basic threat. I mean, I meet some of the yuppies out here in New York City. I get to have conversations with some of the normal folk, as you call them, and holy cow, they're always on this constant, anxiety trip. They're always on this constant emotional roller coaster where it's like, did I misgender? Oh my God, did I was insensitive here? Or I mean, stop being so stupid. Understand that most human beings don't give a damn about this nonsense, and most media websites do this to sell clicks. They don't care about the honest, real issues. They don't care about the principles. They don't care about the individuals. They never have. Media has only cared about one thing: getting more attention, getting more clicks, getting more ad revenue. That's been the history of media. And sadly, they're using you and they're duping you for, of course, sinister purposes for their own personal benefit. That's why I kind of wanted to make this video, because obviously a lot of people are going to be paying attention to Bash the Hash. They're going to be paying attention to the OK thing. They're going to be paying attention to Ben Shapiro being smeared. Again, I'm not a fan of Ben Shapiro. I have a lot of things that I could criticize him on. But again, he's being smeared here for absolutely no reason. And again, I don't want to be supporting Ben Shapiro, but these idiots make me support Ben Shapiro by saying, hey, don't lie about the guy. Let's be honest here and let's have a real open discussion. That's what we're trying to do here. And that's why we're talking about Amazon, Bilderberg, Purdue, GMOs, Monsanto, cancer, lawsuits, wars, foreign policies, Donald Trump, Henry Kissinger, John Bolton, the latest with North Korea. Jason, I'm just going on and on. There's so many things that are more and more important than this, but this does need to be addressed because this is having a severe effect. I know we disagree a little bit on this, but I do believe that this kind of cancerous, erroneous dialogue is having a very detrimental effect. And I see it in the streets of New York City, where these yuppies are absolutely freaked out, thinking that there's some alt-right figure waiting to beat them up and kill them around the corner, around every single corner, just waiting to be triggered and freak out over something that is absolutely stupid, like a hashtag.
Yeah, the delusional divide kind of sucks, my friend, but I am glad that we do cover real media, and that's why Luke's going to be on a plane in just a few hours off to Switzerland to cover Bilderberg 2019. Unlike what they officially said, saying, hey, we're going to give you like 72 hours notice. They gave us less than that. We're about 48 hours away, a little bit less than that as well, before people start rolling in so that they can start discussing a stable strategic order. What's next for Europe, climate change, sustainability, and all sorts of other fun topics like the future of capitalism. Well, we got this nice little GoFundMe going. We're hoping Luke doesn't get arrested, and we're hoping to hit that goal of $3,000 shortly after we post this video. But we won't be able to do so without your support, because guess what? We don't have that BuzzFeed money. You know, that BuzzFeed money coming from Jeff Bezos? We don't get that. We only are supported by you guys. So if you can, please, please, please consider hitting that GoFundMe. And Luke is in for quite the year, I feel like, and hopefully with your thoughts and prayers and his work on the ground, we'll keep him out of jail and we'll keep him in the face of the globalists. One of the few media organizations that continues to report on this very important issue. So Luke, I wish you Godspeed, my friend, and I hope that we're in touch in a short period of time, breaking down the news of who's actually showing up. I mean, it's really odd this year. They gave us a list, but then they're like, Mike Pompeo may be there, he may not. I don't know. It's really bizarre.
Yep, to say the least, but we're going to be there and documenting everything on the ground, so stay tuned for more. And thank you so much for allowing us to do this. Thank you for giving us this major responsibility. We're going to do our best that we can with it. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.